Hello, this is video 10 for the endocrine system in anatomy and physiology. And we are on diagram 10 in our diagram packet. And here we're going to look at the posterior pituitary. And if you remember back on a previous video, we talked about how this one is nervous system stimulation, and we don't have that hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. So this one is just a little bit different. So our first part is we're going to have nervous stimulation. We're going to label that little circle number 1. So with number 1, I'm going to write it over here on the side. We have nervous stimulation increases or decreases action potential frequency in the hypothalamic neurons. So if you remember these neurons right here in the hypothalamus, we're going to stimulate them. So all those things we talked about with the nervous system are going to come into play. So we could, if we generate an action potential here, then that action potential is going to travel down to number 2. So this area here with these lines coming down from the neurons and going into the posterior pituitary, this is that hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. Not the portal system, but the tract. And these are axons. So if you recall, axons can be rather long, and they are going to travel down through the infundibulum, this pituitary stalk, into the posterior pituitary. And that is number 2. AP is carried to the posterior pituitary via the hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. And then we get down here to number 3 in the posterior pituitary. And the action potentials cause the release of hormones from the endocrine cells into the blood. And then number 4, here we have our target tissue. So if this is ADH being released, it would go to the kidneys, and or oxytocin go to the uterus. So the hormones travel to the target tissue via blood. So the biggest difference, what to take away from this, the anterior pituitary, we have a hormone releasing another hormone. In the posterior, we have a nerve stimulation that releases hormones from the pituitary. So that is the biggest difference, and what I want you to take away is anterior is hormone on hormone, and posterior is nervous to hormone.